Beautiful. Greetings, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing something very important. We're going to be discussing the American dream. The American dream, is it for you? This is a question that you have to answer for yourself because each individual is different. For a non-immigrant, is the American dream for you? The answer might shock you. Let us get into the meat of the matter. So, it is available for Americans. That is what it says, the American dream. It is available for Americans. The question I want you to ask, are you an American? So why then do you think that the American dream is for you? I want you to just take a pause. And we're not saying that you shouldn't get wealthy. We're not saying that you shouldn't get rich. We're not saying that you shouldn't make it. But what we're saying is the American dream may not be for you. Why is it that we're saying that the American dream may not be for you? Because we don't want you to live the American dream. We want you to live the reality. So many persons are living in fantasy, but few people are living in reality. And that is where we want you to be. We want you to be in a state where you can enjoy the luxury, the opulence, the glory that comes with the opportunity that is presented before you. So yes, don't live on the American dream, live the American reality. And you may say, oh, you blindsided me, but it's not a blindsiding. It is just repositioning your mind so as you know, one, if you're not an American, the American dream is not for you. You are here to do business and move on. Whether you want to transition or not, that is dependent on you. You have to decide if you want to transition to become a citizen. And when you become a citizen, then you can embrace the American dream. But when you're an immigrant, you're not a part of this state, you're not a part of this country. You have to understand that you are here to get as much as you can, and then you make your decision thereafter. But while you're here, why not live the reality? Why not share in the glory? Why not access all the capital that you can? That is what you need to do while you're here, so that you can live as in a manner that is pleasing, fulfilling, and satisfying. Once you enter the territory of the United States, I want you to have a game plan in mind. You have to have your exit plan down. If you don't have an exit plan, then you may become a casualty. Many persons come to this country with good intention as non-immigrants trying to become integrated into the society, but they fall by the wayside because they didn't have an actionable plan. So today I want to give you guidance as to, before you even step foot in this country, in the United States of America, I want you to have a plan. What is it that you're going to be doing? How long do you plan to stay? What do you plan to accomplish? How do you plan to accomplish exactly that which you said that you want to accomplish? Is it possible within the time frame that you have stipulated? You have to sit down, reason it out rationally, and see how best you can work towards it based on where you are, so that you can reach where you need to reach in the time that is reasonable. Because sometimes we have unreal expectation, and I don't want you to fall into that situation where you're going to be disappointed and you're going to be in the cycle of disappointment after disappointment, to the point where you become so demotivated and you get trapped as a cog in a wheel that in time is soon forgotten. We don't want to be forgotten. We want you to be remembered, because you are here for a specific purpose, and we're going to just help you to navigate as you make a transition from a developed country or a developing country into the United States. So whether you're coming from Africa, you're coming from Jamaica, you're coming from Europe, whatever country it is that you're coming from, there is something that is beneficial to you, especially if you have your game plan down pat. All right. Either way, I want to suggest to you, instead of enjoying the American dream, why not enjoy the reality? Many persons live in large houses that they paid zero down for. Why not experience that as well? Many persons have the cell phone, the tablet. They don't pay for it up front. They pay for it over time. Why not take out whatever it is that you need and pay 0% interest on it while you enjoy the luxuries of the services that are being provided to you? Those things are accessible to you, but you have to be positioned in such a way strategically so that you can enjoy those benefits. Why not get money to start your business in different countries, in different territories, even though you may say, I'm not an American citizen, so I don't have access. That is maybe what you're thinking, but the truth be told, if you are strategically positioned, then you will have access to everything and even more than the average American has. But knowledge is power. And if you're interested in understanding how you can leverage your credit, how you can leverage your position as a non-immigrant, so that you can have access to everything that the Americans have access to, even as a non-immigrant, then you want to stick around with us. We're going to be guiding you as to which banks you should consider to use and which banks you should certainly avoid. And some of the names may surprise you. But our intention is for you to be positioned in such a way that you are guided, so that when you come to this new atmosphere or you revisit this territory, you have a plan, you have enough information to move forward, and so that you can even carry other persons with you, so that both you and them, or whosoever the group that you may decide to carry, can enjoy something that you would have intentionally contributed towards. As we always say, it is better to work together than to work against each other. And if your family is on board with you, it is good, it is ideal that you allow them the opportunity to come together so that you can move, build, and develop. And remember, if you want to help others, you can't help others if you don't have anything to help them with. So you have to position yourself so you can garner the resources, garner the information, so that you can share with them. As you increase others, and you continue to expand and expand and expand. And that is how we're going to be building this community, so that we can guide persons who are making a transition from a non-immigrant status into the American society, so that they can hit the ground running. And you may be saying, why do I need to hit the ground running? Because you don't want to just stand up. Because when we see the young men jumping off the buses as the buses are moving, we realize that they are always running while they are jumping off the buses. And the reason why is that when the buses run, the bus has energy, and the bus is moving with velocity. And that velocity, that energy, is not subjected or isolated only exclusively to the bus. It is impacting the people in the bus. So even though you jump off the bus, the energy still exists, and that energy must continue, because if that energy is not continued or is transformed into something else, then that is where we have the broken bones. And we don't want it to break your bones. We don't want to be in compromising position. We don't want you to be in a situation where you are living paycheck to paycheck. We don't want you to be in a situation where you have to be going to the loan shark. We don't want you to be in a situation where you're being evicted. We don't want to be in a situation in which you have to do things which are questionable, which could compromise your whole integrity and even compromise the standing that your family has in terms of their reputation. So, I implore you to join us on this journey as we share some guidance, and I give you some tips and tricks that I have garnered over time in this realm. If that is something that you're interested in, please feel free to join us on the journey. Until next time, see you in the next flight.